back to Sex Dungeon.
Welcome back to tired people who could be doing other things like sleeping.
We're watching Daredevil.
Or
Dude,
assignments.
So good.
You know,
I have
some
one
of us
episode
have
left.
Assignments.
I'm so
spoil it.
pissed I have to do this right now, but it's okay. We can talk about it a little bit.
It's the best it's been in so long. It's definitely the best season.
It's kind of ridiculous how much better this show is than all of the other Marvel Netflix shows.
I mean, it was already better.
Yeah, but like the season,
This is so much better.
like the quality, like you can like feel it. Like this feels like it's not even in the same universe as those other shows, you know?
It doesn't necessarily even seem like it has more budget. It just everything, the quality, the dialogue, everything is just firing on all cylinders.
Exactly.
It's really
and,
good.
Well, you're already well past the one take
Don't
hallway
spoil
scene.
it.
No, this was really early on, the hallway scene when he goes into the prison.
Oh yeah, that was pretty good. I wasn't really paying it. I stopped playing my game if I heard dialogue.
Oh, dude, how could you fucking miss that whole
I can
sequence?
glance back and forth and enjoy something. And then I had to go to work, and then I had to teach a class, and I paused an episode because I had to teach.
Yeah, I don't get how you were watching that, but you were teaching a boxing class at that.
I don't know. I mean, multitasking.
What, do those classes pretty much run themselves? Like, you got the dudes who think they know way too much about boxing?
And I was the stand-up person that day. I don't even know why we have a stand-up person.
Does that mean people hit you?
Stand-up is when I go up and tell jokes, and then...
You got the
But no, it's not all jokes. Sometimes we have to punch each other. And little kids don't like punching.
Is it a kids
Actually,
class?
Pretty apprehensive about it. Yeah, I can't even talk. I've been awake for like 27 hours, so just bear with me. But it's 3 levels, I think, or like 4 levels. I don't know. I teach 3 levels of it. If there's more than that, I don't fucking care or no. Okay. And one of them is like toddlers. No, that's not fair. That doesn't make any sense. It's like a kid. I don't even know. It's like my niece, but twice that big.
So like 10-year-olds?
No one who has listened to this has ever seen my niece. There you go. It's Pena. You interpret and translate, and then it's like teenagers, and then it's like my age people or older, and.
Okay.
Dude,
they're not all in the same class though. Like there's not like a 20-year-old kid like bashing a 10-year-old kid's head in.
It's basically weight class. Like if you're 20 years old, but you are, I mean, technically it says you can be 20 years old and you can be in this class. Or if you're the same weight as anybody else in the class, you can join the class. So if there was some weird toddler man, he could be in that division. And I would have to teach him. Teaching adults how to do things, by the way, vicious. They do not listen to you. They don't care what you have to say. Even though they paid you money to teach them, they're like, nah, I just want to hit the bag for like 20 minutes every day. It's like, you could do that without paying me. I don't have to stay in here and take your shit. Like, just do that. There are bags upstairs in the gym.
Dude, I remember
you don't have to do this.
I remember teaching adult swim lessons, and because I was one of the few people who would do them, and I always like them more typically, but it's usually because with the kids, their parents would make them like finish the lesson and like make them do stuff that they were misbehaving. With the adults, it's great because if they get too scared, they'll just like quit and then pay you for the full hour because they feel
did
bad.
do that.
Yeah.
You remember those times that you had to teach adults to swim?
All the time, yeah. That's exactly
that was
what
so
I mean.
awkward watching you because I didn't really teach swim
was.
classes unless there was like nobody else, and then I would just sort of help people like hold kids.
Yeah.
But I would just watch you from the stand, and you were like struggling to teach this one old man how to float. And it's like, obviously, if they're learning, it's not funny. They're trying their best, but it's like something inherently humorous about a 45-year-old man like giving you the business over something you're trying to teach them to do.
It was just like
annoying.
Not even that old, but like this middle-aged, like bigger. I don't think he was Latino.
I remember him so
Pakistani.
vividly.
Me too. And he was like really like quiet and stuff, and he was really nice and stuff. But you ever just get those vibes off of like certain people that are a certain age and like quiet and awkward, and you're like, I feel like you're like you need to be like protected or something. Like I feel like you're not ready for the outside world.
That's
and
me.
Why I'm teaching you how to swim.
Just you're ableist.
He had no disability at all.
You just presumed he did. You said he needed to be protected. You told him. You said that he
because he was awkward and quiet.
Okay, yeah. Tell it to the judge.
Anyways, the weird thing. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, he fucking texted me like a year ago.
What? Did you mean what?
He texted me like a year ago asking if I was still doing lessons, and I was like, "Oh no, sorry." And he was like, "That's okay, thank you. Have a nice day."
Did he wait? When did you start teaching him?
Like 2-3 years ago. 3 years
ago. So he hasn't learned to swim in 3 years.
He's a busy man.
He's got shit to do. Is that prepared?
Hey, he drives a fucking Audi. I saw his car, so like he's got money somehow.
So
but he still has to
teach
pay
you
me,
to
a
swim.
dumbass teenager, to teach him how to swim.
I like how he has an Audi. I mean, that neighborhood is pretty rich, so
yeah. Like that's not surprising at all. But it was just funny as fuck. Like this is the kind of guy that needs a teenager in the neighborhood to help him to swim.
How rich that neighborhood was. That pool was trash for the area. Like it was until
they renovated it.
I mean, no. What I mean is like just like the wear and tear of everything is just instant, and like all the drapes became like covered in child drool and like all these like gross stains everywhere, and the chairs and like ew, like why the fuck were you paying for this? You're living in a 4-story condo.
Before they replaced all the chairs, we had the old like
oh my
white
god,
we
had to clean them and they didn't make any difference. Yeah, it was like the same after we got done.
They'd be clean for a week, and then all the mysterious stains would come back. It'd be like bird poop, blood, real poop, and then I don't know.
It made sense to clean them for the bird poop, but there were some chairs that were just like ominous stains.
They like rust.
Like all of them had
somehow.
these weird ominous stains, which is like tanning oil and like sweat and all that crap. It's just years of it caked on, and there's nothing you can do to get it off. It's just gonna be there forever. Exactly. So they have a scrub it anyway. It's just like, I don't know, just do it because it looks cool to scrub.
They'll like buy us like 50 magic erasers, and they're like, here, go to town, bleach see what happens first. Your hands
I think I
bleach
inhaled so many 409
bleaches.
fumes that my DNA has been crystallized with 409.
Oh, exactly.
Like what is it, Ajax or something like that? The powder that they had us use on the scum line.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a mutation further down the line. I'm gonna grow an extra toe out of my belly button.
This really is the pool podcast. But how many chairs? How many chairs do you think there were in total?
There were something like 150 chairs that we would have to clean at the end.
This was like 100, like from corner to corner, widely, like the long way. Maybe 120-foot pool.
Maybe. I really don't know. I don't know the measurements very well, honestly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just.
It was 13. It was a 13.
There's way more chairs than there could possibly ever need to be chairs. That's my point.
100%. Yeah. But the worst is how they would make us do scum lines all the time, and scum lines, I'm convinced, are mostly an imaginary thing. Scum lines don't need to be done every day.
I thought that as well, but then I did it once, and I did it hyper aggressively, and it looked like it had been cleaned for the first time. And I was just like, I'm not doing what I just did, because I'll break my arm in half if I have to clean this 150-foot pool. This is why.
Yeah, the only time that's ever happened, like I've noticed shit come off, was like when we didn't do it for like 2 weeks, and then there was a series of hurricanes.
Well, then you've answered your own question. That's why we do it, because it sometimes gets gross after 2 weeks.
Sometimes. And like there's like weird oils and shit.
There's got to be something you can do to fix that. Like a little, like you get those little robots, like in the Poltergeist movie.
Get a Roomba for
the you remember the pool in the Poltergeist or whatever it's called? No, is that the name of the Experience film that came out? That had a bunch of sequels. The Poltergeist, I think it's called.
The Poltergeist, like the movie with the white noise,
first person camera thing.
No, that's a Wreck. You mean Wreck?
Nope.
First person camera is not Poltergeist.
It's a horror movie. Not first person. There's like cameras like live action or like realness. Like the guy sets
Blair
up
Witch
cameras.
Project.
No.
Oh, Paranormal Activity.
That one.
Yeah. Okay. It took me a while.
This is so much deeper than it needs to be, but like
really?
There's a pool in one of them, and there's a little robot that eats crud and then just pumps it into the bottom of the pool. It's just like, get 15 of them and throw them in at night, even though that would be just more work for us, though.
Well, we'd have to
imagine
take care
Jake
of the
having
robots,
to do that.
then.
He'd be like, "Fuck."
We'd have to change the diapers of the robots. My friend had one of those robots in his backyard pool, and it was really cute watching it go. It would always just get stuck on the wall though, and wouldn't know how to get down. Yeah.
I love that movie.
Oh well. What were we talking about again?
I don't know. Megyn Kelly. Is it Megyn Kelly or Megan? People say both.
I think it's Megan. Megan is like if you say it like you hate the person, which you could say it like that.
Megan.
Megan is like the regular, like you don't feel anything towards them, but you say Megan to make it sound like you hate them.
Megyn is Martian girl hunter.
Oh yeah, you're right. Martian. It's his niece, right, or something.
Oh fuck! What?
Why
Miss Martian? Fuck, I'm stupid.
Why is it always like their niece? Like Supergirl is Superman's niece.
It's the idea of a cover. It's like a joke. Because
like,
Greeno had 17 nieces or whatever that he would bring about.
Like it's never their like kid. And Superboy is just a clone of Superman. Like Superman didn't like fuck someone and have a kid. It's like it's this clone. You know, Robin
make it sound like he didn't do it with their consent. He just made them have his kid. He fucked someone, have it.
I didn't choose to be this way. Anyways, Megyn Kelly, famously known for being a Fox News host, and
for some reason wormed her way into NBC's like Sunday programming or whatever, like a late night or whatever.
NBC gave her a show after her Fox News contract ran out for some reason because she had become somewhat an icon of the women's movement because Donald Trump made fun of her. But everyone forgot about all the racist shit she said before that,
the hate,
and she brought that to NBC, and they were really surprised when they found out that she in fact still held those racist views.
The Daily Show's like whole thing was dedicated to just showcasing how hateful Megyn Kelly and angry she is.
Oh, yeah. Like if it wasn't for Trump like saying she was on her period or whatever during the debate. No one would have rallied around her.
He said that?
No, Donald Trump, made
tweeted it?
Fun of, no, during a debate on live national television.
What did he say?
He said...
It's like at that time of month or something like that?
Yeah, like there was blood coming out of her, whatever. You know?
Why is he so... every time I'm surprised, like, oh, I can't believe it, but he also is just... Why?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Horseface. You remember
that?
Yeah,
that just happened. That's the latest one.
We were playing Assassin's Creed and we also decided to record a podcast.
That was not cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she thinks, well, her whole segment was off to a bad start to begin with because it was about
why is blackface okay?
It was about political correctness and Halloween costumes, and they were talking about like, oh, this is why, some people think it's not okay to be a Native American, and then Megyn Kelly came in and be like, well, I just don't see what's wrong with it if people are doing it as a character and being respectful, okay?
She also said, like, when I grew up. And everybody was like, when the fuck did you grow up when that was okay? What are you talking about?
Did you grow up in the
1920s? Are you 150 years old?
Yeah, so many people just fucking, like, dunking on her. And then it's funny because after she said that, later in the day, on the nightly news, NBC Nightly News, on the same channel, Al Roker, everyone's favorite weatherman, literally said, like, yeah, that was not cool. I think she really owes, like, every person.
He said that on the weather?
He said that on, like, some segment. I don't know what the context surrounding it was.
It's going to be stormy later. Also, blackface isn't cool, Megyn Kelly, you stupid bitch.
Turns to camera 3. Fuck you. But, yes, he said that, and then...
Do you remember when Al Roker called that woman a bitch?
When who?
Al Roker.
He called someone a bitch?
I think he called someone a stupid bitch, if I'm remembering it correctly.
I don't think that's right. There's no fucking way.
Why are you Googling it now? Is this something that I invented in my head?
I think
was this an SNL skit? It's like a fever dream.
Yeah, this did not happen.
Damn it.
No, this did not happen.
Why is this that I remember that then?
Because you're making it up.
No, I'm not.
You're a liar. And then the morning after, she fucking like apologized, and it was like a kind of a non-apology though. She like, I don't know why people are so bad at apologies when they like fuck up. You see so many people getting called out.
They're saying it because they got in trouble, not because they regret saying it.
Yeah, but you think even like, I feel like she was like not mandated to do that, but the network was like, "Hey, you really fucked up here. Like, you better like apologize." I figured they would be more on top of it and be like, "Make sure you actually apologize."
Oh wait, Al Roker's that like kind dude who's a weatherman.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying.
He's real nice.
He's the dopest motherfucker on earth. He's underrated. His Hot Ones is really funny. He's really funny.
That just made me sound like an asshole because it was like, man, Al Roker was
you're totally defaming this guy's fucking character.
That's what he would do.
Yeah, fuck you.
I feel bad now.
You should feel bad. Anyways, and as of today, the latest update is that she's out. She's been fired. I don't know if her show has been canceled. I imagine
for
it has
some
been.
reason. I thought you meant. I was like, she came out. It's like.
Why do you just never understand
so
anything I say?
stupid.
You always
Unrelated
take it in a
news.
different way. If I told you, Patrick, I have a glass of water for you, you'd be like, "Are you trying to poison
I don't
me?"
want Pepsi. What?
She has a $69 million severance package, though. She got
Why that specifically?
she got paid. Well, one nice. She was fired.
Did Ray give
and
her
she
her
wa-
severance?
They paid her $69 million to fire her. Basically, isn't that incredible? You could fire me
Her original
immediately.
contract was for $420 million.
Extra nice. You could fucking fire me for that amount of money. You could. I will literally go on. I'm sorry to all the people out there who like care about integrity, but I would go on national television and say the dumbest, most racist shit like that if I could get fired and then walk away with $69 million. Like, that's
Really? 'Cause
absolutely.
then you'd
Without-
be ousted from society.
Oh, without a doubt, dude. Well, easy. I could like
With
spend
$69 million, I don't think I would
I
care.
wouldn't
Society.
care.
I'll build my own fucking society.
Right? I mean,
I'll build a fucking
Construct an
underwater
island
city.
Like Lex Luthor and Superman Returns.
you buy a society that doesn't care.
I'll build a city in the clouds and give everyone needles with apple
blackjack
juice,
and
and then they
hookers.
turn into superheroes.
I feel like you could convince people that you're not really racist if you literally explain that you did it for money. Like, I know people would be like, oh, well, still that doesn't justify it. But a lot of people would, just like you are, they would go, I mean, I would.
Surely
I mean, I
she's
wouldn't
getting
mean it,
paid
but I'd say
more
it.
for. She was getting paid more than her severance for being on the show as often as she was.
I think they had to pay her the rest of her contract out. Was the thing. Like
So she
had
got
a
even
certain,
more.
Like she had a certain year contract, and they
How
paid her
much
over.
money
the,
does she
I don't know,
get?
Too much. Too much.
She wins
honestly.
in this scenario. Just
Too
keep her on
much.
the show and lower her salary.
Like the show, like ratings apparently were already fucking awful, and they were trying to figure out what to do. A failed experiment, totally botched. But what I would do in her situation is, or in the situation where I said a bunch of stupid shit,
You make
had
an
$69 million in my
blackface.
pocket. I would just put that money towards, like, I don't know, the community, and do some charity work, and do everything in my power to seem like a good, nice, decent person after the fact. And just, yeah, basically all you have to do is do what she didn't do, is just say sorry like you mean it, and then follow up on it with action like volunteering or donating to a good cause. That's it. The internet will forget so quickly. Like, it's incredible. Did you guys hear about what happened to Brother Nature? How his old
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
his
yeah.
old
Like,
tweets came
Nazis
back
are
up.
great or whatever.
Yeah, he was like literally really offensive stuff like Hail Hitler, like Nazi salute.
It was Tyler the Creator lyrics, if that makes it any better.
Some of them were, yeah, but also the dude was like 12 or 13. Like, that's why no one is holding him against him, because
No, they are. They
was a
definitely
kid.
are holding it against him.
I'm actually surprised at the
No.
amount of people
They
that
were
are
like,
like
Brother Nature is canceled, and I'm like, what?
some
the
people
fuck?
did want him
Like-
to be
like
canceled.
Like
4.5
fucking 10
people
years
said
old.
that.
Some people did want him to be canceled, and then he came out with an apology that was like, yeah, real sorry about
That's how
that.
you
I was
do
a
an
dumbass
apology.
kid. Yeah, his
No,
apology
usually,
was golden.
yeah, there are 4.5 people, but it was like enough where it was like one response would get like 1,000 likes, and I'm like, really?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think a lot of people were realizing how young he was. But I think the reason most people don't even give a shit anymore. It's because he was like a kid, basically. He was in middle school. He wasn't even in high school when he said all that shit. And I think everyone can relate to not being held accountable for what you did.
What does he
middle school.
do? Is he like a conservationist, or does he just go find animals, or are they given to him?
I'm amazed at every time I see his tweets.
He's got like
How
a tiger and
high,
a deer.
how high his like interactions
It's
are.
crazy,
Like,
right?
it's like 90,000 likes minimum every
I'm
time I see
confused
it.
as to why though.
Yeah,
'Cause, like,
I don't know.
I've seen other channels that have the same content.
Yeah, right.
Maybe it's just the conscious of like his personality.
Yeah.
With what you usually expect for someone who's like a Steve Irwin or whatever.
Someone tried to invade my space.
Did
I
someone throw a
protect
bowl at the wall?
it. No, someone tried to fucking break in and steal my.
Did you punch him in the face or gut?
I punched them in the foot.
Body, head.
Yeah.
That's a very interesting.
Well, you see, if you
Every
punch them in the
time
foot,
Bruce-
Yammin, they can't walk anymore.
I've just been watching tons of old Inside Gaming videos. It's like I wondered why he would always say body, body, head, body, body, head. And it harkens back to like the first couple of videos they made where there was punching involved. And he was like, I saw this video where this guy was like, body, body, head, body, body, head as a coach. He was funny.
You honestly just like text about Rooster Teeth and like Funhouse in the
And Ray.
group chat all the time. And Ray, I don't even know who these people are. To
Yes,
be
you
honest,
do.
is Ray
Don't
part
pretend.
of it? Ray's part of Achievement
Ray
Hunter or
Narvaez
whatever.
Jr. He was in Achievement Hunter.
Not anymore.
Okay.
Dude, he's
He's not.
fucking hates it when people mention Rooster Teeth. In that they will ban you almost immediately from his stream.
Did he have like a falling out with the Rooster
No,
Teeth or
he
something?
just decided not to do it anymore.
Didn't enjoy it.
Yeah,
didn't-
They just had
so
to play
he-
Minecraft every day and doing achievement guides and like Left 4 Dead.
So he's doing his own solo thing right now.
Yeah, he's just streaming. That's all he does. He's
Oh,
got his own merch store called FPS store or something like that. Store
is Ray the one that engaged to that girl and you were like, wow, I can't believe this man actually experienced happiness and love?
I was so happy. I go back and forth on that all the time.
Yeah, because you're constantly just like, I don't believe in happiness.
Because it's like you see someone that's like, nah, I'm not even gonna get into it. Whatever.
No, I'm just like curious because I don't know these people
like,
at all.
No, I don't know. You idolize someone, and then no person, even if they're like on their level, you're immediately gonna see them as a step down from them, which is really negative and stupid. And I shouldn't have that thought. Both of them are pure and kind and good. I'm so happy for them. They just recently got a dog. I don't even know if that was recent.
You
They
just
had a
ended
little
this.
Doge. Is a sheep.
Yeah, that's not recent, but it's cute. It's a cute little.
I don't know. I
little
just
dog.
noticed it because I was hip to everything.
Yeah, and I just noticed your beard is coming in really nicely.
It's been coming in. I've been trimming.
Yeah,
it
you look fucking sick,
a
dude.
lot. Thanks,
Some
man.
nice straight lines on your face right now. I wish I could grow my beard like that. Every time I grow my beard, it gets too itchy, and I want to shave it immediately. I can never
I
stick
Yeah,
can't
with it.
grow
that's-
beards.
Yeah, that's why I decided to grow it out because I was my friend was like, you should grow out your beard because if I tried, it'd look like pubes and it'd get itchy, and I was like, that doesn't happen to me.
I'll grow
so
a beard
maybe I
for
should
the both
take
of us,
advantage
bro.
of this.
Fuck,
Yeah.
dude. I wish I could grow mine out. I tried to like really grow it out for like 2 months, and it was like really like full, but it just looks like messy. I think it's because like it wasn't like long enough. Like my mustache was connecting with my beard either, so it just didn't.
Yeah,
look
that's I'm just now getting there. The thing that frustrates me is that on the right side of my face,
Yeah.
it's starting to connect, but on the left side, it's not, which is weird. So
that
it
is
looks
weird.
uneven, but
I think
it's
your
just time.
beard is gonna be shaped sort of like how Bruce's beard is shaped. He's got a very thinner mustache.
Yeah.
I tried the whole. I don't know. I tried to like cut my beard in like different ways where I didn't have to worry about the mustache. Like I tried shaving off the mustache and just having a beard. That's a bad idea. Don't do it.
Okay.
I tried
Keep
like
that in mind.
cutting the neck part off of my beard, right? To like just have the stuff
Yeah,
around the
that's-
face.
That's what I'm doing. I don't.
Oh,
don't
so you,
like
so
any-
you do
any hair
clean
on
up
my
the neck.
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
almost with the jawbone,
Yeah.
almost like a little bit lower. Like there is a little bit, but it's not on my neck, not like at all.
I just feel like when I do that, I literally look like I have such a weird chin strap thing. It looks like, yeah, it looks like I'm a white racist that's about to join the military or something.
What the fuck?
Nah, it makes my
Penguins aren't racist.
jaw
bro.
sharper. I fucks
It
with
does look good. It looks better on you than it does me. I feel my face is like too round at the moment.
I wish I
Maybe
could
they'll go
grow
for that.
stuff besides a mustache because that's kind of all I can do, and it's not even really a mustache. It's just like a little smear.
Do you like shave that at all, or do you
Yeah,
just
I
like?
do, because sometimes
you
it's
do?
noticeable, and people will be like, and I'll think it looks good for some reason, and then someone will see a video of me like talking about Harry Potter and be like, shave, and I'll be like, oh my god.
That's why you see somebody go shave and you're like, oh my god, okay, all right,
Yeah,
dude.
it's like, oh, I
immediately
thought
sprint
I
to
looked
the
good.
bathroom.
Because there's no people that there's either negative comments or no one mentions it, which is frustrating. Nobody really is ever negative on any of my social medias. I really haven't found a single person who is in the replies like mean or negative. Only in the DMs. That's when it all lets
the
fly.
DMs?
They're coming straight for the jugular.
They go like, all right, let's
They're
skip all
coming
this
at you.
reply shit.
What the
like,
fuck
like
would?
aim
What the
right
fuck
for
do
his
people
head.
say? Like your
What do people
face is
say?
too
Well, I
square.
mean, like,
yeah.
you know, I'm gonna come to your house and kill you and all the regular stuff.
But why? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
I'm sorry. Do you want me to stop sending those? I can just cool it down.
Nah, I enjoy it.
Yeah,
It's
man.
fun.
Like people send you actual death threats.
Yeah, of course. It's not, I doubt it's substantiated. It's just like random people saying random shit on the internet. I've been a personality on the internet for like, what was it, like 4 years. As stupid.
I'm gonna next time I'm at your house, I'm gonna be in your room and I'm gonna take a picture from inside your room without you knowing. I'm gonna make a whole other account.
I don't want people to see my room. It's
I'm
so
not
organized.
gonna post it. Listen to me. I'm gonna make a whole other account and I'm gonna DM you saying your room is real cool and you won't know who it's from. You'll just stranger has been in your house.
You're gonna totally forget this conversation.
Well, you'll forget. You'll
Never
forget.
coming to my house
I know.
again.
You'll forget.
No,
like 10
actually,
minutes,
I
you'll
can't
forget.
control that because sometimes you'll break in when I'm sleeping because we
Well,
need to
sorry
record.
that you sleep when we need to record.
I remember
happened one
specifically
time.
every time I listen to that, you say, yeah, you're telling the story of how it happened, and then you get to the door and you say, we got to record, bud. And that's exactly how you said it. You were just like, bud, we got to record. And you called me bud, and I was just like, no, I'm sleepy.
No, you were- yeah.
I was your little boy.
Yeah.
I'm eating jerky.
That was
Papa. I'm
funny.
Dude, the girls in my my floor, not on my floor, but I share the kitchen with them. They made snickerdoodles because I told them I like snickerdoodles, and they baked literally like 100 snickerdoodles, and they're fucking
That's way
amazing.
too many snickerdoodles.
I know.
You should have them
it's so
arrested.
good. I know.
Jesus. But keep the snickerdoodles.
That's
Keep them.
Take
That's-
them away.
the thing that Jeff does, which I talked about before. He's just referencing things that people do, but I've taken that, and I don't do it as exaggerated as he does, which is like screaming like, wow! But like, someone will say something pretty mundane at work because they think it's interesting and they just want to talk. And I go like, holy shit, when it's like, dude, I saw this guy yesterday and he was wearing a Minecraft t-shirt. I'd be like, fucking what? Oh my god.
You know what?
You
You know what Kevin
killed him.
does? You know what Kevin does? That's sort of like that.
What?
He'll say, "Wow, big if it's true." Like it's big news.
Wait, people say that on Reddit. That's not a thing you say in life.
Well, that's the thing Kevin says.
Big if
No, that's
true.
a king.
Kevin is
Kevin
Reddit.
started it.
That's funny as fuck. People say that.
It's really funny.
People say that on the Kanye subreddit as like a meme, and even then,
If it's in a stupid suit.
it's fucking stupid. The other
That
thing
was a fetish thing, right? The way that whole the aspect, the point of view, and the little Roblox outfits and everything. It was some weird fetish thing, right?
I don't think it was a fetish. I think it was literally they were trying to make a meme, and it worked because people just eat that shit up, dude.
People love Kanye West.
Today, my animation teacher said the words meme culture. And
You
that
hate
was-
the word meme already, and culture. You're tired of both of them.
I hate culture. Get rid of it.
How do you feel about Migos Culture 1 and 2, respectively?
It was really awkward. One of the people used what's Ugandan
Knuckles.
knuckles.
Uganda,
yes,
try
in one of
this.
their animations, and the professor was like curious, and you're like, "Oh, what is that character?" And he was like, "It's Ugandan knuckles." And she was like, "What?" And yeah, naturally she was like, "What?" And then he was like, "Oh, it's a meme." And then she went on to say, "Oh, what is the context of the meme? Can you explain it?" And I just looked down. And I was like, "Oh no, oh my." So like he explained it and everything. She was like, "Yeah, I mean that's the whole thing with meme culture, you know. Like I didn't know it, but a lot of people in the room did know it.
God,
so
that's
just
such
keep
a
in mind your
45-year-old person thing to say.
She's great. I don't want to sound like it was a little cringe, but yeah.
I don't really that often not understand something, but I make it a point to when I read something that I have no idea about and it's supposed to be funny, I really like dive deep and then I find out why it's funny so that later on when I see it again I can laugh or just breathe through my nose a little harder. But like
right.
I dread for the days in the future where I'm just gonna be like, I don't fucking care anymore. Just like, yeah, they're jerking off or whatever. Lip balm is funny or something.
So you're saying you're part of the meme? You're getting into the meme?
Why do you say things the way you say things? Like, I hate you.
Why do I speak English when?
No, you don't. You know exactly what I mean. You know what you're doing. You do it all the time. It'll be like,
Why use more words?
no,
when,
shut up.
when less
There'll
do
be the
good?
subject of a sentence, and then a little bit of a talking back and forth, and then later on, after I say something, you'll be like, oh, so meme lord or whatever the fuck. I don't even know. It's just like, you frustrate me. I only know this happens this often because I listen to every single one of these when I'm driving. It's just like, Shut up.
Have you listened to all these more than once?
Oh yeah, it's to the point where I can't. I can't. I think I've listened to all of them. I don't think I've listened to them all more than once. That's not fair to say. I think I've listened to most of them by now more than once.
That's crazy. I like
Yeah.
after I upload
driving
them.
fuel.
I try not to listen to them because I hate listening to myself.
Oh, I got over that a long time ago.
I listen to
I skip past you
a
guys
good
this
amount
person
of-
and listen to my stuff.
it's like as soon
I
as
mean, I'm not to that.
I don't
extent,
even
but
actually. I just use my audio file and then just play it in the car.
yeah, just pop in a tape of Patrick's podcast.
I don't know why this is funny on my side, but I'm laughing pretty hard.
There's just like minutes of like long silence, and then you'll like
Gotta appreciate
do one
comedy.
breath. God, I'm so funny. I make
Are
myself.
y'all doing
laugh.
Halloween stuff?
I'm going to VCU.
I am.
That's not on Halloween, is it?
It's Halloween weekend.
I'm going to Dublin, Ireland, on Saturday, and I'm
you
gonna
gonna do
do Halloween
spooks?
stuff there. Yeah, I'm gonna be. I really am the worst at Halloween. Here's my problem with Halloween. First of all,
Oh,
is
wow.
that you
There we
spend.
go.
I appreciate the spirit of the holiday. I like it. I like spooky stuff. I don't want to spend like money
You've
on
told
a
me
stupid
this.
costume.
You've
that I'm
already
gonna
talked
wear
about
once.
this.
Have I really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's my main argument. That's why I did something really lazy this year. I'm just gonna be a pirate. I bought a fake beard. I have a stupid eye patch, and I'm just gonna wear like I don't know, black shirt or something stupid and call it a day. Maybe a hat, a nice.
You
hat
told
and a
me
sword.
on the podcast, Yammin, you may remember that he bought. I don't know what sports game it was. It was like some football, maybe the championship, the Super Bowl or something like that. Like maybe it was like.
Oh yeah, I bought a Patriots shirt for the.
It was
last
you
Super
told
Bowl.
me, and I swear it was like $60. I think you said it was like fancy or
35.
something.
It was $35.
That's expensive
It really is.
for a shirt.
Well, I use that shirt for. I can wear that shirt normally. You know, I can't wear a pirate
But
costume.
your point
normally.
was
like I can't go
buy
out into the
something you
street.
can use on one specific event. But now I'm getting it that it's like you can reuse it.
Yes. Yeah. Like that's
Never
my
mind, I have a
justification
point.
for it, right? You can wear it as a regular clothing item.
But would
As
you
opposed-
ever walk out onto the street in a Patriots jersey that's like a little too big?
It wasn't a jersey. It was a regular
Everybody
T-shirt.
does that.
Oh, you told me it was a jersey.
No, it was a regular T-shirt with just the logo
Even
on
if
it.
it was a jersey.
Yeah,
I mean,
jerseys are also socially acceptable. Like that's
feel like
way
you-
more socially
you
acceptable
fall
than the
into a
fucking
certain-
Jon Snow costume I wore for Halloween last year.
Do you
Like-
ever you're looking in a large pile of things or in a grouping of things, and you sort of set your eyes to scan for a certain thing, and you can just sort of automatically locate a bunch of them?
What are you, a predator?
No, no. Like your eyes immediately, like I can see these, like I can see all the green jelly beans, like I'm locked onto them. You know,
I guess so.
people email and say that I'm right, please.
Write emails about your
Why
special lock-on ability.
yeah, I don't. Where did that come from?
I
Were
don't
you
know,
looking at
just
some
something
like
I think about?
pile of like clothing in the corner of your room? Where like I've locked on to all the green socks.
What purpose does it serve? Speaking of piles of laundry in the corner of your room, you know how as a kid you'd be like laying in bed looking up, and then you'd think that a certain thing was a monster or whatever, and then you'd focus and you'd be like, oh no, that's just my coat. And I do that now, except I see people everywhere at night in like the shadows and stuff, and in trees when I look outside. It's creepy. I hate it.
I actually get that. Yeah, I hate the reason I'm okay with like being in it. I like being in a city at night versus like being at home.
Oh yeah.
Even though statistically I'm like safer like right in front of my house in the suburbs, but when I park my car in front of my house
Dude,
in the middle of the night,
creepy.
I run to the door because it's like
You also
Spook
have
City.
a fence. So,
Yeah, I do, and I got-
it's a finagly fence.
yeah,
It
I
takes
gotta
some
finagle
effort.
with the fence. Someone could stab me in those few seconds I have to finagle with it, and then I have to like
Also, I
fumble with
never
my
lock
keys.
it when I go in. Every time I visit you, I just leave it because I try for 3 seconds and then I
Yeah.
can't do it, so I just leave it.
Well, we're not going to do that fence anymore soon because one of my other dogs also just died recently. So
Jeez.
They're just dropping like flies.
Oh my god.
please send
Did I
Patrick
curse them?
as much hate mail as possible.
I don't hate them. I just think it's funny.
Stop! Don't make me laugh.
Not,
Stop it.
you're
Stop making me
laughing,
laugh.
so you're
Stop making me
complicit.
laugh.
I almost revealed something that's disgusting that I do.
You poison my dogs.
No, only you guys can see this, but I wipe my nose on this sometimes.
You wipe your nose on the curtain of your window.
I love how he's
Why?
like, I almost said it out loud, but I won't. And then Alex is like,
Because I feel like I have
your-
to, after laughing at the death of an animal, I have to really throw this back on myself, and I do.
Yeah,
do
you
that
really have to fucking take yourself down a peg. What the fuck? Why do you wipe your nose with like the fucking?
It's not often. I'm looking down at the napkin that I have here because I usually have a
More than
He's a
one.
napkin right
I
next
know,
to
no,
him.
but I can't wipe my nose on this because it's got all my anecdotes.
Is it like one of
I
those?
can rip off this piece.
Blow your sad ass nose. I hate you so much.
Tissue? I've been carrying around a box of tissues around campus because my nose is
Dude, fucking actual tissues are such a privilege, and every time I see a box, I just go, "Can I have like 87 of those?" And they'll be like,
Why?
Yes, I don't know.
just
It's because
gotta
usually
buy
I
the
use paper
portable-
towels.
Buy the portable tissue packs. Those are so nice. I always carry
No,
one.
those
with
are
me.
hard to open. I hate
Those
them.
those are a privilege.
Do you ever like find one of those old ones in the pencil box that you used to have, and they're just covered in lead?
Oh yeah. Damn yeah.
Such a difference in your two reactions. Yammin looks like he wants to fucking face plant it, and you were like, "Yes,
No,
yeah."
I'm just tired.
Randy
no,
Savage.
I never had those. I just didn't.
Like
I've
you
never
keep
had
it in
the
your.
little
You had that weird like
tissue
pencil
packs.
box, pencil pouch, or whatever, and you would put it in there with like your eraser.
I
And, like,
never
your
understood
some
pencil
loose
boxes. I
crayons
just put
and
stuff
stuff.
in my backpack.
No.
Yeah, I'd always every backpack. Well, most backpacks have a small
Yeah,
zipper,
yeah.
small like the smallest pocket. That's where
Yeah.
all my pencils and pens and erasers and where everything would go.
I mean, that's what I do now because I'm not a fucking child and I just don't carry a pencil box. Imagine a kid in your final exam pulling out a pencil box, like it's like sparkly and it's got his stickers from like first grade still on
It's
it.
like shaking it. It's like sounds like a box of nails. It's like
It's just a bunch of like yellow what's that pencil brand? Ticonderoga.
That's such a simple
number
word
2
to pronounce.
pencils. Yeah.
Ticonderoga.
Ticonderoga number 2 pencils.
Every time
they're all
you remember
pre-sharpened.
Mr. Was it Allwine? He was like, "This is the Cadillac of pencils."
Wait, do you remember when people would you sharpen your pencil where it's super fucking short, and then also you can rip the metal and the eraser off, and then you sharpen the other end, so you had a Darth Maul pencil.
Dude, there was also the hornets that people would make, and they would like hit you in the face with rubber banded hornets. It was vicious shit.
A hornet?
You never had a hornet hit
Yeah,
you
No, what is
when
that?
you fold the paper up
into a tiny
as
little
small as you can.
tight ball.
Oh, I didn't know there was a name for that. No.
You went to fucking BI.
Yeah, is it called hornets?
Yeah, I did go to Catholic school my entire life. Would it like hurt because it's like sharper?
They threw
or, like,
paper
was it-
airplanes with Bible
Yeah,
verses.
my
in them.
dad would tell me about how he would kill birds like that. What? Back in Lebanon.
You
What
go
kind of
home
fucking
and you're
paper
like,
was
When
he
they were
using?
kids.
"Look, Dad, we made this," and just like I used to kill animals with that.
Yeah, he would use I think something magazines or something a bit heavier than
I
regular
once-
paper or something.
Well, it's
When
a
I
fucking
was-
magazine, yeah.
When I was younger, we went to Myrtle Beach one year, and I think we were like 10-ish, and no, not all of us. Me and my whole family, we were all 10. No, I was like 10, and my little brother was like 7, and I almost said his name. My older brother was like 11 or 12, and we went to the flea market because that place is fucking awesome. You can buy like race cars and crap, and you can buy anything, even samurai swords, everything. And we went to one of the little toy areas, and they were like selling BB guns. And I looked at my dad like, "This is the one thing I will always cherish, please." And then he looked at my mom, and it was just like a moment of just like, I fucking guess so, whatever, it doesn't matter. And we bought BB guns, and then I immediately shot my little brother in the eye with it.
Oh
He
God!
didn't go blind or anything. Yeah, that was bad. And then I almost killed a bird. So we lost those almost immediately because of me.
You really
I
fucking
was like, I immediately loaded it and cocked it, and it was just like, didn't Mom say we were supposed to take the BBs out just to play with them as guns? And then I immediately shot him in the face. It was not an accident.
God.
I'm a murderer.
you
Yeah.
fucking
I was like
idiot.
10. I wasn't intentionally.
You would definitely like
Even though I just said it's not an accident.
ruin that for everyone. That's the thing.
I
That's
ruined it for everyone. It was even as a toy, they weren't like allowed back. It was just like, nope.
I had a dead ass bow and arrow when I was a kid. Like
the whole what?
A whole ass bow and arrow, dude. I was really good friends with this kid who was super into outdoorsy stuff in like middle school, and he would make real swords out of like wood and stuff. He was
I did that too.
Weirdly good at like woodworking and stuff. And we would like make full replica size swords with wood, and they'd be dope as fuck. And every time I'd see him, he'd have a new wooden sword. And he also had like actual wooden bows and arrows. And he also had like one of the modern ones that are like on the pulley system and not just like bending wood back. And so I would try that out, and it was the coolest fucking shit in the world. Yeah, instead of like bending back the whole bow, it's on like weighted wheels and stuff.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah. And so as soon as I like let off the first arrow, it like was the most exhilarating thing in the world. And we would just like shoot arrows into the fucking sky and see how far they could go.
You ever kill anything?
One time we were walking through the woods back from our fort, and we came across a deer that was just like standing still.
Did you kill the deer?
No, I like thought about it though. Like
fucking wow.
I was like,
you were a monster. I
was a fucking like 12-year-old who had like the power of this bow and arrow rushing through him. I was like, this is what my ancestors did. I could end this deer's life right here, right now.
And they kill animals in the wild.
And I thought about it, and I was like, there's no point for me to do this, even though like I feel this weird primal urge to do it. So I didn't do it. And my friend also did not want to do it.
Was it mostly like I would get in so much trouble for this, or was it like, oh,
I think it was mostly I would
morally
feel bad. Yeah, it was a moral thing. I was like, there's no reason for me to kill this. Yeah, because I'm not going to eat it. Like, there's no point. The only reason I want to shoot it is because I think it would be cool in a 12-year-old kind of way. But that's fuck. I talked myself out of that real quick. I was like, that's stupid.
The no consequences game is really fun at parties.
No consequences.
It's not fun at all. It's really weird and creepy, but me and my friends do it all the time. It's just like you ask. Usually, you have to get a group of people or like a couple of people who haven't done it before, and it's really stupid and simple. It's just you ask them like a hypothetical, and then you ask it again. Except you say you're now in a society where there would be no consequences, and then they go like, "Huh," and then it's that moment of hesitation where you know they're gonna be like. In their head, they have a different answer, but then they immediately go like, well, I mean, I still wouldn't do it. It's just like, I wouldn't rob anybody. I would never kill anybody. But they have that moment of hesitation. It's just like interesting to know that they have a different choice in their head.
Yeah.
This is really creepy now, but yeah. You would kill someone, wouldn't you?
I just don't think I would pay taxes.
Well, it would become a thing of morality more than law. Law is usually the first thing, like, well, not the first thing. It's usually, oh no, I wouldn't rob that millionaire because it's against the law and I'd get caught. But then you go, well, if there was no law, it's wrong to do it, so I wouldn't. Or if they don't care morally.
But for people who are like psychopaths, who the only reason I haven't killed someone is because I would go to jail and it would affect me poorly.
I guess there's nothing stopping them, yeah. But if that rule applied to me, I would just do the lamest shit. I think I would just like steal. I would walk behind the counter at McDonald's and just like fill like a bucket with
every
ice
time
cream.
we've talked about like the purge before, and you were like, I'd go buy electronics or like insider trading, and I'd be like, what the fuck? Do something else.
I don't want to kill anyone.
No, you don't have to kill anybody. Just go watch some stuff.
I would watch like a gladiatorial battle to the death. Probably.
Me too. There should be a fucking gladiator pit.
I would do that, and I don't know. Are there any illegal animals you can't have as pets?
Pretty much all of them.
I think
think of an animal.
I would watch like some alligators like fight.
I just want to see like who would win things.
Like people or animals?
Like, you see that it's a funny game. It's just like totally realistic animal battle simulator or whatever. And then you can spawn as many alligators and as many...
Yes, I know what you're talking
whatever. About. And you do that. Yeah, I want to see that in real life because I'm morbid and awful.
You guys ever watch that show on, I think it was Spike, called Deadliest Warrior?
Did
That
they
show was
kill each
awesome.
other?
It was
That
fucking sick. It was
that
basically
show
like
was
It was
awesome.
like For Honor, but like a TV show. And they would be like, who would win? Ancient Japanese samurai or like a medieval Viking? Or like they would just like pick like random ass people. Or like who would win? Like a Roman legionnaire or like a Marine today with like an M16.
and they would like compare a bunch of like stats. They do a bunch of like experiments and stuff, and then they would input all the data into a machine that would simulate, I think it was like 1,000 battles. And then they would say, let's see who won. And they would have like a reenactment. They would have like a fucking battle between like a samurai and like you wouldn't know who won until like they actually killed the other person in the fake battle that they do. And it was always badass.
I fucking love that shit. And they even came out with like a pretty good video game for
The game, I was going to say, that game was fucking fun.
It was like it was a cool like fighting game, like way before For Honor came out. But like as soon as they announced For Honor and I saw like the CGI cinematic, I was like, no fucking way, they're doing another Deadliest Warrior game. But it wasn't.
For Honor's like, you know the game Chivalry?
Yeah.
Chivalry? That's the first thing I thought of.
But better.
Yes,
But also somehow worse.
Like if it was like No Consequences or like The Purge or whatever, the world had gone into chaos. I hope there's like some cool like historical society out there that is also incredibly violent. That's like it's finally time for us to reenact the wars of like old. So like here we go. Yeah, it's gonna be like, well maybe not though. Anything with like post guns is boring because then it's just like. Who has the better gun? Who has the better aim?
Oh yeah, that's what I've always thought about. Like guns are just like a hack that should have been removed from the game.
Like I want like different warriors with different types of melee weapons and different fighting styles, right? That's why like the idea of like a samurai versus like a barbarian or something is incredible, right? Like
guns
that's
are just
cool
like
as
the
fuck.
off button for people. Like
Whoa, man.
No, it really is. It's like the thing I've said
morbid.
every time we talk about like guns and that whole debate is just like it's so easy to just delete someone with one. Like it's too much power. It's not interesting to see someone fight someone like that. Even though gun games are fun, like Titanfall and stuff.
Oh yeah, it's
Destiny.
a totally different thing. But have you ever held like a real sword?
Yeah, I own some.
Oh, they're
I own a
fucking
kukri from Nepal.
fucking heavy, dude.
I've seen it. It's cool.
It's pretty cool.
Well, that kind of sword is like
Own a ton
Cool.
of knives too.
yeah, but like an actual like medieval sword and shit.
Yeah, I have a
those things
machete
are
too.
fucking heavy. Like no idea how people even held that shit and like fought with it the way they did. Because I would go to like Renaissance Fair, or not even Renaissance Fair, but
I
like
would never go to a Renaissance fair.
in like Old Town, they would sometimes have like the historical fairs or whatever, and there'd be like weird old dudes there with like lots of realistic weaponry.
Dude, that's like I want to be that old man. Even though now it would be embarrassing to go to like one of those events and be like, "Oh my prince, will you save me?" It'd be creepy and embarrassing. Like going to Disneyland, like I don't understand how people do that and like participate in the little acts. It's like, but I want to be that old man who goes to the blacksmith and just like is super fat, is like got a ponytail and he's like grinding away on an axe. Not like fucking it, but like actually like grinding.
Stop.
Here's this 12-year-old coming up to try out this
let's make this about
200-pound
12-year-olds.
great sword.
I just said that.
This 12-year-old definitely has enough money to buy this $2,000 sword. Yeah.
I'm
That's my
almost
kind of
done.
customer base. Shit, I wrote something down, but you had some anecdotes you wanted to get to, right?
I don't have. I said if they'd come up.
That's
I guess I
fine.
can tell one if you really desire.
Well, I wanted to. I don't know if you care about this, but this was like in the news. The bombs.
Oh
that
yeah,
have been sent around.
America has been bombed. No, that's not actually what happened.
Not really.
bunch
There's a
of
good
people
chance
said
the bombs are fake, actually.
How do
but it's
they
weird.
identify them as bombs with them being fake bombs?
Well, because they look like bombs. They're suspicious packages. I think the
What makes
authorities
a
are still.
package
Because the
suspicious?
thing is, you can't find out if it's a fake bomb by just like stabbing it and seeing what happens. Because it might be a real bomb.
Really?
And then it might explode. So you
Huh.
can't do that. But
Shucks.
apparently, the bomb that was sent to CNN has like a digital watch face on it. And apparently that's not realistic at all. Like that's just stupid shit they do in the movies.
When you said watch face, I thought you meant like an alarm clock with a bunch of wires coming out to like sticks of dynamite.
Well, yeah, it's the screen of
Acme
that. It's
on
like
it.
it's like digital numbers like you would have on a digital watch. Like literally
Like Wile E. Coyote is delivering bombs.
yeah, like comically like that's exactly why authorities think that bomb is fake, because you wouldn't actually do that in real life unless, I don't know, you're an idiot, which this person may very well be. But
It's like a calculator taped to a 2x4 and just chucked at a door of somebody's house.
it's a TI-84 taped
Oh
to like
my
a brick
god,
of
they've
C4.
upgraded. Texas Instruments bombs.
We should not be making fun of like a potential like terrorist attack, but
Oh yeah, but I mean nobody died. That's what I mean.
well,
It's
yeah,
like-
also just
you
laughed
just said
at
it
my
was
dog
fake. I
dying
just assumed
earlier,
it was
so-
lighthearted now.
Well, it said
Jesus
it
Christ!
might
If somebody
be
died,
fake.
it would matter.
Might be fake. We don't know about the other bombs. The other bombs were like caught in transit, I think. Actually, no. The one sent to George Soros did get to his house. But the one sent to Hillary Clinton and Obama did get caught in screening. So, yeah.
Obviously,
the
it would
world
be
is on
terrible
fire.
if anybody died from a bomb.
You what?
Obviously, it would be terrible if anyone died from a bomb.
Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah, say that while yawning.
Yeah. I don't know.
I could go either way.
I just think it's fucking crazy. I think it's just one more of those things that I feel like we're like not close to a civil war, because that like
People always
the
fucking
logistics
say
of
that.
it. But like
Civil War. What would that entail? Who's fighting in that war?
that's the thing. I don't know. The lines would be really blurry because there's like the lines around the country are not cleanly drawn.
A bunch of dudes fucking in tank tops on their riding mowers, MAGA
Yeah.
hats on, throwing beer at people. Have
That's
you ever got hit with a can of anything? Imagine getting hit.
I think so.
You remember?
What?
You remember in high school there was the food fight that got the whole
You guys had an
cafeteria
actual
divided
food
into-
fight?
Oh yeah, we
had a
tons.
food fight and somebody threw, I think it was a Gatorade bottle.
Did somebody get a concussion?
One of
or
the
something like that?
the mini one. It was one of the girls.
We were there.
Yeah, you might. I wasn't like in the room, but like we went to Edison when it happened. One of the girls, they were twins,
Yep.
and one of the girls broke her
I
collarbone.
remember
'cause somebody-
seeing that.
Yeah, somebody threw a Gatorade
Oh,
bottle. One of the mini ones, but I think it was
two-
full.
The pale
broke her collarbone.
girls.
Yep.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Wow, fucking bullseye over there just chucking Gatorade bottles
Like,
across
what an
the
asshole. What
cafeteria.
a douche. You throw like mashed potatoes and shit.
Throw like a
Fucking
chicken
throw a
tender. There's just that guy's freezing like a
Gatorade bottle.
grenade and then throwing it.
You're right. Oh, jeez.
Wait, what was
He's like, I got this cement block from outstairs. Food fight.
Wait,
He's
what
like,
was the
he sees that the food fight's about to start, so he sprints for the door, grabs a bunch of rocks, and then comes back.
Yeah, jeez.
I'm ready.
What
You
was
said
the
we could throw
story?
anything in here, right?
How the fuck did this food fight start?
Just
I didn't think food
probably
fight was
threw
real.
something at
I have
somebody's
no idea.
table, and then somebody probably threw something back at the same table, except it overshot and hit someone, and then they threw something back and it missed, and
From what I understood, it wasn't like a movie like food fight. Like it was like a few things got thrown, but more of the chaos was from people just, like running out of the room. Like it was
Yeah.
blown out of proportion because everybody started screaming and sprinting for the doors.
the only people that would throw shit were like those crazy, edgy, crazy kids who were like class clowns. So like they could see the chaos was starting, and nobody would see them in the chaos, so they would just throw a fucking handful of mashed potatoes at somebody.
Gatorade bottle.
Gatorade bottle.
Okay, now for the rest of the night, I'm going to be watching high school food fight videos.
They're not that fun. They're usually really grainy because people have shitty phones.
That's true. You ever just like get into a topic and just like watch every video on it?
No.
I had that with like 9/11 over the summer.
Christ.
And I was like,
Wow,
I've never
that's-
seen-
That's the
We
topic
laughed
you
at
got
bombs,
locked
and
into.
like,
now we're
okay.
on 9/11.
I didn't laugh. I was just like, I've never actually seen the plane hit the Pentagon. And I
So
like,
you watched it 70 times? What the
I didn't
fuck?
watch
My
it
dad
70
was,
times.
driving home
I was
from
just
DC, and he talked about how he could drive through the smoke at the Pentagon.
yeah, my dad was trying to get out of DC, but they like barricaded the city for like
Like
2 hours.
Like he bragged about it?
Yeah, I
wait,
could
wait,
drive
wait,
through
wait,
the
wait.
smoke.
Me or Pena?
Your dad driving through, he was like, yeah, I was driving through the smoke.
Yeah, my dad's a really braggadocious person when it comes to the 9/11 terrorist attack.
A weird flex, but okay.
Right.
But yeah, I just like get sucked up in that shit. Conspiracy theories also, just like stupid ones. I know they're not real, obviously. Like, But I'm just like curious about like the logic or like attempt at logic by like flat earthers or like who really killed JFK. You know, you ever just like go down rabbit holes all the time?
At this point, whoever killed JFK, I don't care. I really don't give a shit. It's sad that he died. Someone recently uploaded a picture, which it was like from the perspective of like the car's oncoming. So JFK is like leant over, deceased, and Jackie Kennedy is like leaning over because when he got shot, she freaked out and she was like, his head fell off because a piece of him like flew off.
Yeah, she reached for a piece. Yeah,
and she comes over the back of the car, and then somebody commented because I guess you could see her butt in the picture. And they were like, "Man, Jackie Kennedy had a nice rear." It's just like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
My God,
rear is also a weird word that you can definitely tell that person is a baby boomer.
That's a nice rear on you. That's a fucking lawnmower riding dude.
Jesus. Okay. I'm gonna move on to fan stuff now because I was supposed to be in bed a while ago, but I'm gonna.
Is mommy gonna tuck you in?
Yes, actually. No, I just have to get up stupid early for my commute, and this is what happens. Yeah. You're pretty sure you buried the other emails that you went through last week. Stacy asks, why is it important that the toothbrush was invented in West Virginia? Because if it were invented anywhere else, it would be called a teeth brush. Thanks, guys. I'm going to let Google respond to that. Good one. Love it. That's funny.
Got him.
You really got me with that one. That's a real knee slapper of a joke.
Is that just based on people's like responses, or is it just pre-made things that they thought that people would use? No one has ever responded to an email with "good one."
I think there's
you get a response that's like an eviction notice. There's a good one.
There's some
Stop.
A pink slip that's just like good one.
Your bank is like, we're foreclosing your house, and you're like, good
Your
one.
wife is dead. Good one.
You know the cops are looking for you, right?
Something that I always thought was really funny. I don't know
The
why
test
I thought
came
about
back.
this
You
based on
definitely
good one.
have cancer.
But when people would post pictures of like jars of like spaghetti sauce or something like that, and it's like Prego classic spaghetti sauce, and it's just like haha classic spaghetti sauce.
What?
Classics. It's like classic Stan, classic spaghetti sauce, classic marinara.
That's like
This
just
is
like
only funny to me.
that's the dumbest fucking kind of humor that
What?
is so dumb it's funny. Anyways, this one is from Vanessa. Hello again. I found it funny that when I said Trash Mouse, Alex thought Hammond, Wrecking Ball, if you want to be that person.
I thought Hammond.
But I was talking about Junkrat. Oh,
Trash
what a weird.
mouse, but that's like,
He's not a mouse. He is trashy, but like, I don't think he's a mouse.
isn't Hammond? I thought he was like a chinchilla at first, but he's a hamster, right?
Some kind of small marsupial, I believe.
Hamsters are not marsupials.
Small mammal, whatever. Going away from that, I work at a mall selling the most random things. My store sells crystals to swords to spiritual stuff.
That's
You should get one of
fucking
the
awesome.
Get us one of the like 60-pound great swords. So I once
You
sold.
can order things on Amazon. You don't need to beg for things.
Well, Amazon over here is weird, and I don't like to use it.
Why?
It has to go to my school building first, and then I have to go pick it up.
Sounds like this particular location over here. You made it sound like the entirety of the UK has delivery problems.
I found that the UK has like weird quirks and problems that are not present
Careful.
in the US.
Don't upset the entire.
The Queen is gonna come like assassinate me.
You can upset Ireland though. They can't even reach you for a bit.
Yeah, fuck that guy. So I once sold a pocket knife to someone because the knife had a train on the handle. So I jokingly said the knife is called Thomas the Shank Engine.
When you said you would run a train on me, I thought those would be less stabbing involved.
The customer laughed so hard that she was like, fuck it, and bought the knife. I like working at the store because I don't deal with people as much since I'm usually sorting merchandise and away from interacting with people. Much better than serving the late night shift at Waffle House. Like I have so many crazy stories to retell from my time there. Enough of my rambling. May the podcast get many more good reviews. Vanessa. P.S. I might pledge to be a Patreon patron on my next paycheck. That'd be very kind of you. You don't have to do that if you get us a great sword. You could do that, but I'd prefer a sword.
Which would be twice as expensive.
Also, definitely tell us about Waffle House stories because I fucking love those. That's good shit.
Waffle House is a fucking kingdom.
It's truly a work of art. It's
Waffle
a holy
House
place.
is a waffle home. When she said
same.
sorting, it made me think of the sorting hat, and it makes me think of if nobody's ever thought of this before, why the fuck do they give that thing a job anymore? They say in
I don't think they need to pay it.
No. It's like, why do they?
I don't think it has healthcare benefits.
Why do they even use it? Because they like Harry's stressing out about it. It's like, oh, there's a sorting hat. It's gonna pick my house. I really hope I don't get Slytherin. They look like assholes. That's what they say in the movie. Harry, those people all look like assholes. But it's like they would make a point of saying, oh no, you can choose your house. The hat will be like, maybe you should go to that one, and then you could just be like, I'd rather go to Gryffindor, and then the hat will be like, whatever, I don't care. And then, Gryffindor, So why does it have that job?
I can imagine
Is it just like to
really
is it to
sad
weed
if
out the
no one starts
layover
listening.
pricks? Will just roll over and just do whatever it wants.
Probably. I can imagine the hat getting really sad if no one listens to it anymore. It's like,
They just put it on a shelf and never use it again. It's just like,
you're going to Hufflepuff. No, I'm feeling Ravenclaw. Okay, you just go to
I would just wear it
Ravenclaw.
around
Listen to me
and
anyway.
have it get sassy commentary to like everything I do.
That's true. They get pretty annoying after a while.
Not that I don't already do that.
Yeah. This one is from Brenda. Hey guys, it's me, your boy. Big question I have to ask. Patrick and Yammin talked about Red Dead Redemption 2 coming up very soon, or probably out by the time you get this maybe. What are you guys most excited about more, the story of the multiplayer, and what's something you guys will
Never gonna be
do
excited for the
the
multiplayer of
most now that so many more options are available in the game?
You said, what are we gonna do? What?
What are you guys excited about more, the story or multiplayer, and what's something you guys will do the most now that so many more options are available to do in the game? I assume that means
I haven't
like
even seen
activities.
gameplay. I don't know what it's in.
Yeah,
It depends on how the multiplayer is gonna go. If it's gonna be GTA style, I'm not gonna play it as much as single player. Not even close. I might have said this before. An ideal multiplayer for Red Dead in my head is you and up to three other friends do like a co-op campaign style situation in like the open world, kind of Borderlands style. That's like ideal, but it's not going to be like that. It's going to be riding your horse for 5 minutes and then not 5 minutes, for like 5 seconds, and then getting shot by another player who then steals your money or whatever. I don't know. It's just, that's how I envision it.
I also have.
If it's GTA style, sorry. I don't know how it is.
It's launching later, so it's not out yet. It's not coming out for like another
Just like
month, I
GTA's
think.
multiplayer.
It's new launching tomorrow.
The game comes out tomorrow, but just the single player. Red Dead Online or whatever they're going to call it isn't launching until later.
Just like
GTA
fucking
5. Yeah. But I hadn't seen actual like gameplay footage until the reviews
Alex,
came out
he
today,
said
and I watched
Patrick and Yammin. So anyway, my favorite thing about the game is
Shut
actually
the fuck up.
shooting, the collecting, the stuff that I do with those kinds of games, and I hope it leans more to the first game. That would be
it.
good.
I think it will.
Hope it is nothing like GTA.
Another question I had. Oh, sorry, Yaman.
Hang on, but before we move off the Red Dead Redemption, I saw a thing on Reddit where it was emphasizing the physics, and a horse gets up on this. It's almost like a little elevated dock, but it's not like water. There's like mud, and the horse is on the dock, and he takes one step back, and his foot goes off the dock, and he slips and falls, and you fall off your horse. Like he doesn't float there with one leg off. It's nice. It looks. I might try to find it, but it's like. In most games, if like one foot was off the dock, it would just kind of float there.
But that's like a quality of life thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's like attention to detail.
Nah, you'll see.
I don't know if
you.
I want
Go on.
that.
Well, you haven't seen it yet, so hang on.
You
I'll
just
find
described it.
Go
to
on,
me, and
Alex.
I trust you.
You trust my horrible descriptions, okay?
We're very specific and clear.
Interesting. I'm gonna fucking stab you.
I mean, he killed a guy, but I'm bad at describing things, so he could have stabbed him in the face.
Another question I have that may already be answered is the censoring. I get that YouTube is all about child friendly, but I listen to your podcast on my iPhone through the podcast app. Are you guys censoring all apps, or will you only be censoring on YouTube? I really like it when you're all
things that I
are 100% raw.
It's not. Yeah, I say stuff that like would get me kicked out of my job.
Anyways, keep doing what y'all do, and I drew you guys as little ghosts to that in the spirit of Inktober.
I know that feeling.
You'll get that drawing on Instagram, and that drawing we just posted on our Instagram, so you can go check that out. It's us as little ghosts, and it's really cute.
Feeling like we're treating you like babies or whatever. So it's like I had that with like Achievement Hunter and all these content creators who would like bleep out stuff. It's like, man, I can take it. Why? What are you saying? It's like it's not for you. It's for me. Basically the censoring. It's basically just whatever Patrick tells me
too, and I will respect that.
Just like everything else about this.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. Like, there's stuff.
It's just simple, stupid stuff. Like, it's just this would not sound good as a sound bite.
Yeah, and like sometimes I can get kind of like jokey with the censoring, right? Like, I change the tones on the censor and stuff. Yeah, I change
really smart people.
I had like robotic words and stuff. So I don't know. Like we can turn it into something good, even though like kind of we're taking away something, I guess. But I hope it's not too much of a detriment. Last week was just like a really like we never had that much censoring in one episode. It's just because Patrick kept telling that one particular
I had to
story.
come up with something.
I thought it was hilarious, and I really didn't think you needed to censor it, but I understand why you may have wanted to. Just
well,
there
was one particular word that I definitely needed to.
Yes. Yeah. I got that one. But yeah, probably like this one, there's nothing we have to censor in this episode, so we're good. Like, so this will not be censored.
Podcast.
So we're good.
We're not done yet.
So
we're not done with the
Let
episode
me think
yet.
what I have to say.
Yeah.
No, I got nothing. Go ahead.
Patrick's going to accidentally drop a racial slur under his breath. I'm going to have to delete this whole
Megyn
Kelly. This one is from I Am Your Kidneys.
Who's this one from?
I forget.
Go ahead and tell us,
This is the
Alex.
person with the cat.
Who's this one from?
It's from I Am Your Kid.
Say it.
Shut the fuck up. This is my cat, and he does actually sit like that. How do you feel about this cat? Feel free to say what you want about him. I won't be offended because I already make fun of him so much, and I love him. 6 years ago, this cat walked into my house, and everyone in the neighborhood called the cat a girl and named her Sweetie Belle because her children are the best. Because children are the best at names. 5 years later, we take her to the vet for the first time, and the vet goes, "Huh,
she's
that's
got
a
a
boy."
willy.
For 5 years, I lived under the impression that my cat was a girl.
Wait.
His name is Bill now.
Why would you change his name?
Wait, you didn't
This is
didn't
the
take your cat to the
fucking-
vet for 5 years? I mean, I don't own a pet, but I don't. Is that
Cats are specifically
aren't you
like
supposed to do
they
that?
go into sewers and
is-
shit and like fight rats. So you should probably take it to a vet immediately.
I usually
Well, it's a
when you
house
get a cat,
cat,
like
it's not
isn't-
doing
when you
that.
get a pet,
Quarantine
isn't the
that
first
shit
thing you
and then
do?
take it to the fucking pet mart.
This is like actually the cat is sitting upright like a person. This is fucking hilarious. I'm gonna leave this in the inbox, Pat, so you can look at it because it's fucking.
I'll get around to it.
It's good. I like whatever.
Describe what it
thank
looks
you-
like. Yamin, you can't say anything. You're bad at it.
I'm just gonna. Why don't I just take a picture of it and just send it to you guys?
This will
How
be
about that?
disappointing, I'm sure. Even though the
It's
cat
just-
has been changed to the name's Bill.
We can still.
What was
well,
it? It was like
sweet,
it went from Spicy Wiener to Bill.
Sweetie Belle.
There you go.
Sweetie Belle. Sweetie Belle is its dead name now.
I just heard S.
S.
That is very disturbing.
Sweetie Belle is
that
its
picture.
dead name.
Sweetie Belle.
That's offensive. That's really weird. I love that. Thank you for sending me
offensive.
Hang on. There's another one from behind that looks
Whoa.
even weirder. It looks like an exorcist cat from this angle.
that. It kind of does from this one.
Hang on. I just sent
This
you
is
guys
taking a
a
while.
second photo. That's fine.
You lost my interest.
A lot of pixels.
No, I love
No,
this.
there it is.
It looks like the cat is melting.
It looks like there's a hole in
somebody
the
dropped
floor
their
and it's
milkshake.
stuck.
God.
It's like, is that a fat
Great
cat?
content
I've
for
I
heard-
love
everybody
Bill.
who
This is
I don't know how to
great.
describe it.
I'm sorry no one else can look at this, but it's great.
Why
Thank
is it
you.
sitting like that? Get it fixed. You should have taken it to
It's
the
because they
vet.
didn't take it
Now
to the
has
vet
a
for
broken
5 years.
spine.
It's fucked up spine, yeah.
It's gonna end up like Alex's dogs.
Shut the fuck up.
How many guys left? Like a half of one or something like that. Some rotting.
I wish I could
tail
find
from one.
something. I wish I could find something that you love.
I don't love anything, man.
I know.
You can't.
You can't hurt me.
That's
the
your
way
greatest
I hurt you.
strength. That's your greatest strength.
If you came to my house and smashed my Xbox, I'd be mad and I'd murder you. But I mean, I wouldn't be sad or anything. I'd just get over it. And buy
What if I
new
killed?
stuff.
What if I
Promise?
killed your mom?
You kill my mom?
Yeah.
You'd regret it.
Looks like a hit a nerve there. Okay, I know your weakness now. Not that I will.
You know my weakness. You take
Your
away the one
Honor,
thing
this
I
is
have, and then you
not-
have a
Your
madness
Honor,
because
this
got
is-
nothing left to lose. You've got parents. You've got 15 parents because you got so many step parents.
Yo, chill.
That wasn't even an insult. I'm
Damn,
just
all right.
exaggerating because you have a
You're
lot of
just gonna
parents.
Go at him, huh?
Was that a go at?
Get him, Pat.
How is it criticizing a person if you criticize the fact that their parents broke up?
Get him. That was like when X said, "I put a hole in your parents." That's wild, Patrick. Calm down.
I don't know if I said that.
Calm down.
It just makes you look like a worse person. So
don't kill my mom. You'll ruin me as a person and your whole life.
I'm just glad I know what will ruin you as a person. Okay, this one is from Zoe.
So you're not already ruined as a person.
Hey, this is from Zoe. Hey, y'all. You don't have to answer this on the podcast. Too bad. We are. Mostly because I don't think weed is legal on the East Coast. Ooh. But one of my favorite parts of the day is smoking a joint and listening to your podcast after class. I was wondering if you guys ever smoked. Also, because sometimes when Patrick is super tired, he sounds fried as hell. As always, you don't have to answer if you don't want. I hope you're enjoying Europe, Alex. Yammin, I hope school's going well. And Patrick, I hope you get some sleep.
I hope so. One of these days, I'm going to get some sleep.
Really pin that down.
That's just like it could apply to my entire life. One day I'd like to sleep.
Patrick, I don't know if you're legally able to say anything.
About what?
Weed.
Oh, I thought you meant sleep. And I'm like, is that illegal?
No.
It might as well be.
It's in your contract. You cannot speak of sleep.
Weed? I can't smoke weed.
That's true.
Even if I could, I probably wouldn't do it that often.
It's illegal in Virginia, so
not my thing.
You know, it is legal in Massachusetts now. So when I return to Massachusetts, who knows?
Someone go to that shitty state and do that.
Yeah, I may try the marijuana for the first time.
You know what's
I don't know what it feels like to smoke marijuana.
When someone goes on Twitter and says, "What do you think is shitty about Boston, Massachusetts? Tell me what you dislike." It's on the East Coast. They all suck. Sorry.
East Coast is the best coast, actually.
Nope.
East Coast is incredible.
East Coast is better.
Wrong answer, but try again.
What is the best coast, Patrick?
There are no good coasts. They all suck.
Fair. Okay.
My point is, like, people who have like, "Oh, Massachusetts is the greatest thing forever," like state pride or whatever. You're an idiot. You have bad opinions.
Jesus.
Wow.
Wyoming is where it's at. Why fucking Oming is where it's at, really?
Ohio's where it's at.
Misery.
Really big fan of Ohio State. I love driving by 50 Denny's on my way to work.
How did you manage to name so many states words that are like the onomatopoeia for being sad? Oregon,
Ohio,
Wyoming, Iowa,
Colorado,
Idaho,
Montana, Arkansas.
Virginia,
Arkansas is so sad. God, okay, we're done.
Maryland.
Thank you for Yamin. You got anything to say on this? You got to speak on this.
Why didn't anybody get
fucking false
explosion or something?
All right, no weed for Yamin. Glad you.
That's a no. That's a no for me, dog.
Glad you can chill out to us though. That must be a really cool experience. I don't know if it would get more annoying or less annoying, but I'm glad you enjoy it either way.
I feel like this is a really distressing thing to listen to if you're getting high.
Would it be?
You get cross.
We're not talking about
weird
no.
That's true.
You kidding me? It'd be great laughing at 9/11 and Alex's dog's dying.
His dogs are. There's what?
I have one dog left. Shut up. It's fine. She'll live forever. Going to the YouTube comments now. Why do you guys beep stuff out? Some of us already know what you mean from the rest of the story. And thank you, Rowan, on the YouTube comments. I think that's the point of just not cutting it out completely. Yeah, Rowan Atkinson himself. Those old enough to know will get it, and YouTube won't flag the video or something. It's mostly
not
for our own.
It.
It's not always about you. It's about us.
If you really think about it, you know what the fuck was said.
Yeah, it's about.
It's exactly what you think it was. There's no, and I know people are gonna be like, but what was it though? It's like, think about it for 8 seconds and you've got it.
I'm sure someone's gonna be like, "You beat your hair?"
Why did Patrick call the AI in that game anal? That'd be a weird thing to say. What?
Laney says, "Is it bad? I saw this and I clicked on it while I'm in 6th period." So many people listen to this while they're in school. Like, do you guys fucking like do anything?
Come on, you remember high school? You didn't fucking do anything.
I remember, and I
would not listen to podcasts in school.
Nah, you don't fucking do anything.
When I was asleep.
I would never fallen asleep in school.
You're stupid. You're missing out.
I also don't know how to sleep,
dude,
sitting up. So that's probably has a large part.
I slept on this very forearm. There should be a dent in my fucking forearm for how much I slept on it.
Jesus.
Yeah, I couldn't in high school. I couldn't. In college, it's a little different.
You sleep
In college, I don't.
Not that not all the time, but I will. There will definitely be times where I'm like, I can't stay awake to pay attention,
like
and then I'll just close
right
my
now
eyes
is one of those times.
10, 15, 20, 30 minutes.
In college, if I'm gonna
then I'll wake up.
sleep in class, I'll just stay home and sleep. Like I'm not gonna go.
I mean,
all the way
if
to class.
I've got 3 classes and I have to wake up at 8 a.m. All right, by the second or third class, I'm just out of it. So I take a short nap. I can't drive half an hour home
Yeah,
and
you're
just
right.
sleep.
Yeah, your case is a little
Take a
bit
short
different.
nap or between classes. It's a little harder between classes because I gotta find somewhere where I can
drive
sleep
half
without
an hour
people.
home and then turn around.
That's totally fair.
Yeah.
Do you drink coffee or anything, Yamin?
I do not. I don't like
Me
coffee.
neither. I've actually just gotten into tea though, and it's really good.
My friend who drove
I
to
tried.
university the same way you did back when I was in college for those 8 minutes, he had a friend on campus who he met who would let him use his dorm to take naps. Find one of those.
Yeah, I have spots all over campus
For sleeping?
for a bunch of different things. For sleeping
Where
and
do you
for studying. For studying, it's a lot easier.
Library?
There it's usually not like a place where you would think to go to study
you
or
gonna
sleep
keep
or
it
study.
secret?
It's usually I'm not gonna keep. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. There's like the student union building is like the first floor is like all offices and like the clinic and everything. And the second floor is like more offices, and then like there's like a third and fourth floor which are like there's a few seats and like some more offices. And on the very fourth floor, in like the very corner, there's a couch, and it's like up against like a bunch. There's only one way through. There's like 3 walls around it.
God, that sounds
And like
so
I sleep on that
fucking
couch,
awesome right now.
and I'm like by myself on a couch. That's like
I
the
have
number
to
one
move my
spot.
barbell.
There also, yeah, there used to be a spot where remember when I would record.
Yep.
Remember the one time I had to
Yeah.
record on the move? It was like that. The hallway
secret
outside
hallway
the
where
theater, and
nobody's ever did
they
anything.
removed the couches from that
Because of
hallway
you.
because people weren't allowed to sit there, but there were couches.
Yeah, that's fucking
The
stupid.
fuck does
Why
it?
would you-
Why?
Why aren't people allowed to sit?
Because the theater is a reserved space, and the hallway outside the theater is considered as part of that reserved space. So every time I'd be in there, someone would come in and be like, "This you have to reserve this area," and I would always be like, "Oh, really? I didn't know. My bad. I'll just head on out then."
Would it be a different person
And I
every
did that
time, or did they just be like,
12
"Man, you just
yeah.
really can't take instructions right?"
Yeah,
I have
a
a
lot
learning
of times I
disability.
would
I'm sorry, goodbye.
loop around and go back into the.
You'd walk up behind them and
to the
sit
couch.
right back down.
No, there was 2 doors, and the side door was never locked, and they never ever knew that. That's why when I was in there, they would always be like, "How'd you even get in here? This is a reserved space." And I was like, "Oh, my bad." And I'd walk out the main door, which is locked, and then I'd wait for them to leave, and I'd loop around and go through the side door and just sit
I like the
down.
idea of you just going like, "Well, you see," and then just running.
Yeah, I have a great explanation.
Scram, get out of here! And your backpack's like shaking. You're like,
Someone's scramming you off with a broom.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
We also got one. This is an Instagram question. This is from Joey. I deserve to
work
get
with a guy
punched for
named Joey.
this.
What?
I deserve to get punched
it's
for
this
this,
one.
but has Patrick ever once liked Yamin?
Liked, as in like been attracted to?
I guess so.
No. I look at him and he's objectively attractive. Like falls into the category of like being good looking. Never liked him,
Sent some pretty
Same with
saucy
Pena.
texts.
though. Much more,
I mean, you're-
much more easy for me to say that for Pena.
Did you say I'm ugly?
Yep.
Anyways, thanks for listening to this week's podcast.
He's like, all right,
I
that's
feel
enough.
like does
we're done here.
mean? That's such a like as mean as this.
Ever
is,
have a
it's like
crush
middle
on or
school
like
question.
whatever, you know?
And it's hard to decipher what that means. It's like I think you're attractive, or
No,
like
no,
I
it doesn't.
like you and love your personality.
No, that's like. But the second thing you described is like.
Oh, you got it right.
But
Like
if
you had it
like,
the first
like
time.
somebody.
Like you had it the first time.
Okay.
Like you're good. I'm actually closing the podcast now because I want to go to bed. It's currently 12:30 and I have to get up at 7 tomorrow. So yay. Thank you again for listening, guys. We are at 129 ratings on the iTunes Store. Latest review is from Gray Jedi 48. Great podcast, funny guys, random stuff, America. Thank you for that thoughtful review.
It was
Really
a misspelling.
makes me
They meant
think.
to say.
Why do you
gay
sound
Jedi.
angry?
Uh,
I almost read it as that. So read it as in like past tense of read, not the
Not
website.
the website.
Idiot.
I
No,
enjoyed that
idiot.
website. Anyway, continue.
Dude, I use Reddit to find out where to sleep, dude. There's somebody posted a question, places to sleep for off-campus students at GMU, and it's
dude,
great.
college sounds
One
like
of them
really
recommended
fun.
Mine's all the like crushing, soul crushing work.
Throw yourself off a bridge.
One of them suggested the roof during like the
Does anyone
That's a
have
good way to
supply?
good way to get
spring and
locked on
summer?
the roof and then get like sunburned.
I mean, they're usually locked. It's usually locked.
Dude,
getting
if you get
out
locked
there,
on a
not
roof,
going back
God
in.
just made the
You're
decision for you.
yeah.
Just stop. Yeah, they keep them locked. I would love to. Are you kidding me? I would love to chill on a roof and do some
College
work.
students
That would be
on
awesome.
Twitter talk about suicide as a joke more than any other group of people on the planet.
Yeah, I mean, I do that
You
too.
do as well,
I
but
do
like
the
just
whole
like it's just
crossing the street.
thinking about how much stress. God, I'm so glad I'm not in college anymore.
the whole crossing the street, and it's like, yeah, I don't look anymore. I just kind of
just gotta
go.
go.
Oh, what if you get run over? I'm not that lucky, but it just doesn't happen to me.
Make
Not
sure
that lucky.
Make sure you go like this the show on iTunes. Get those ratings up. Really helps the show. Most of all, though, thank you so much to our Patreon patrons. We got Cassidy. We got David. We got David Brody. I'm like not doing last names, even though I've done it before. I don't know what people want, so I'm just doing first names. We've got Aaron. We got Everso Joe, Jake, Katie, Marianne, Monty, Pip Paps, Kelly Webb, Rebecca, Tara, and Jessica. Thank you all so much for your amazing contributions.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
If you also want to become an amazing individual human being who we will love forever, you can go to patreon.com/prududes and drop us some spare change, and we will send you a love letter with a lock of our hair.
Like we're homeless. Like we're homeless.
We are. We're just a bunch of fucking
Throw
court
a nickel
jesters.
at my eye hole. Thank you guys for giving us.
We're also on Spotify. I think we've mentioned that before, but we've recently been added to
Oh,
Spotify,
yeah,
so
we're on
stop bugging us about that.
Big spot.
Stop bugging us. Shut the fuck up, Pena.
If you want to send us any fan art, fan questions, emails, letters, or pictures of your pets, send that shit to prudedudes@gmail.com. You can also find us on Instagram and Twitter @prudedudes. If you want to follow us on our personal accounts, I'm @AlexPena97. Yammin is @it's_Yammin. And Patrick is @PatrickShaw25. Thank you again for listening, guys, and we'll see you again next week.
Bye.
Plunge.